In just a few short weeks, humans will leave Earth orbit and fly around the moon for the first time in more than 50 years. This isn't a landing, it isn't a stunt. Artemis II is something far more important, and what happens on this mission quietly decides the future of human spaceflight. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name's John. I'm here to break down what's actually happening in space without the hype. As Artemis II gets closer, there's a lot of noise online, so in this video I want to clearly explain what this mission will do, what will happen step by step, and why it matters more than it might seem. Artemis II is NASA's first crewed mission of the Artemis program. 4 astronauts will launch aboard the Space Launch System, riding inside the Orion spacecraft. After leaving Earth orbit, they'll travel thousands of kilometers towards the moon, loop around it once, then head back home. No surface operations. This mission is about taking humans into deep space again and proving that all the systems work together, with people actually on board this time. This will be the first time humans fly on the SLS rocket, the first time Orion supports a crew beyond Earth's orbit. NASA needs to know how the spacecraft performs when it's far from Earth, exposed to radiation, long communication delays, and real emergency scenarios. Artemis II isn't about setting records, it's about reducing risk before astronauts ever land on the moon again. During the mission, NASA will closely monitor several critical systems, life support to make sure air, temperature and pressure remain stable, navigation to confirm Orion can guide itself accurately through deep space, and finally the heat shield, which must serve one of the fastest re-entries ever attempted by a crewed spacecraft. Every data point from Artemis II feeds directly into future moon missions. Why this isn't just another moon mission. If Artemis II succeeds, NASA proves it can safely send humans beyond Earth orbit once again. That unlocks everything that comes next, from lunar landings to long-term missions around the moon, and eventually deeper space exploration. If it struggles, the program doesn't end, but timelines shift, designs change, and progress slows. This mission is the bridge between testing and reality. After Artemis II, the focus shifts to Artemis III, the mission planned to land astronauts near the moon's south pole. Artemis II tells NASA whether the goal is realistic and how soon it can safely fly. It's a quiet mission, but carries enormous weight. That region is completely different from where Apollo landed. It has permanently shadowed craters, extreme lighting conditions, and possibly they're going to find water ice locked in the soil. Artemis II tells NASA whether landing there is realistic, and just as importantly, how safely it can be done. If Orion performs well, if the crew systems hold up, and if the data matches expectations, NASA can actually move forward with much more confidence. If not, changes happen, hardware gets redesigned, timelines shift, and future missions slow down. Artemis II is the moment where years of planning either come together or reveal what still needs fixing. For the first time since Apollo, humans will leave low Earth orbit and travel deep into space. That alone changes the risk involved. Outside the Earth's magnetic field, the crew will be exposed to higher radiation, communication delays, and a much harsher environment. Artemis II lets NASA measure all of that in real conditions, not simulations. The mission will also test how the crew handles days of isolation, confined living in space, and operating far from immediate help. These are the same challenges astronauts will face on future lunar landings and eventually missions to Mars. Every heartbeat, every system reading, and every decision made by the crew becomes data that feeds directly into the next mission. If something doesn't work as expected, Artemis II then gives NASA the chance to find it early, before astronauts attempt a landing. That's why this mission matters, even though it looks quiet from the outside. It's not about spectacle, it's about confidence. So if Artemis II succeeds, it then clears the path for humans to return to the moon. Not just to visit, but to stay longer and go farther than before. As the launch gets closer, I'll be breaking down final updates, mission milestones, and what to watch for when the spacecraft leaves Earth orbit. If you want clear, grounded space coverage without the hype, consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. That's all I have to cover in this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.